and welcome to the Miss Francois Show. I am your amazing host, Miss Francois. That's MSS for multi talented and super sexy. Guess what? This is the last show of season 4. And my viewers, you guys, been trying to tell me I don't have enough men on the show. So today I have 3. And guess what? I like to mix it up. As you can see, I have 3 men, 3 different ages. I have my token white man, I have my Spanish man, and I have my black man. Okay?
I love it.
So with that said, I'm gonna do a quick bio and let me tell you all about these 3 people. We have Mr. Julio. Put your hand up, sir. That is Mr. Julio. He is 39 years old. He is married since 2018 and has 1 son. And he was born and raised in Brooklyn, but now he's in Long Island, so he ain't that tough. So next we have Mr. Gary Axelbank. He is the host and senior producer of Bronx Talk. Okay, so of course he's is like, he think he the man right now and he think he gonna be running this show, but not today. He have done like over 100 program in crime, policing, education, and he have done over 80 political debates. So we're not doing any of this boring stuff today, but that's really nice because it makes him sound really intelligent. So now we have the last one, Lou. He is single, or we should say it's a little complicated. He has 3 kids. He couldn't remember their ages, but he live in the Bronx. Hint, hint, the Bronx. So you know he definitely have 3 kids. Must be 3 baby mamas. But we're not gonna go into that. So hello, Lou, Gary, and Julio. Today's episode is basically called What All Women Should Know About Men from Men Point of View. So I have some questions here. We're gonna go straight into them. Lou didn't pay his phone bill too well, so he's gonna be going in and out. But we're gonna start with Julio.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, Julio, I have this question that these are questions many women ask me to ask you guys, right? And since I have men from different backgrounds, colors, cultures, nationality, I think this could be a very interesting, but I'm going to be really soft on you in the first question.
Okay.
How do men feel about independent women? Are men intimidated? Why or why not?
What do men feel about independent women? I think there are some men that are intimidated by independent women, but I think it's a good thing. I mean, the guys I know, they like a woman who knows what she wants, a woman who is very, I guess, focused, like not just playing games, because I know a lot of women have that I guess fear that guys could be playing games with them and wasting their time, but I think guys as well have that fear. So I think when it comes to independence, I think from that standpoint is a good thing. But then you have independent women who have the
Okay,
ego.
apparently there's going to be one of these long answers to the question.
Well,
Ask him.
well, okay,
It's
all right.
complicated. That's complicated.
It is complicated. I just need to put it out there. Like, there are women who claim to be independent, but really they're just women with jobs, and that's and really what they're really telling men is that I have an ego, and you have to kind of live up to these lofty expectations. And
So Lou, how do you feel about independent women? Are you guys intimidated?
I I love I love independent women. I've learned that with experience. Only because independent women are busy. They have shit to do. Their independence come with, let's say having a job. And there's so many women that's just like independence, and it's like, yeah, you're only independent because you have a job. In that aspect, you're independent, but emotionally, you're not independent. Like
Hmm. Okay, lovely answers. I know about other women listening, but that's all you guys. So, Mr. Gary, I have a question for you. You've been
Yes.
married for 42 years to the same woman, yes? Same
Yep.
woman?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, so you may have experienced this or you may not, but how do men feel when women use sex as a weapon? Can this cause a man to cheat? Because you've been married 42 years. Maybe at some point in time, the
Well,
wife said, no, not this week.
we have not been in that circumstance. I'm not aware that she's ever used it as a weapon. We use it as a extension of our communication. We use it as an extension of our relationship. And I don't think either of us have ever used it as a weapon to say, like, I'm not going to do that. If we have a disagreement about cleaning the kitchen, I'm not going to say, well, that's it. We're not going to do that. And she's not going to say, well, I'm not going to do that. We solve that problem. And I don't think our intimate relationship gets in the way of those other items.
So I just want to make sure everyone is aware that this is the first time Mr. Gary has lied. So, Julio,
No.
have you heard, you are aware that sometimes people say women do hold sex as a weapon. Have you experienced it? And have you dealt with it if you have experienced it, or if you have heard some of your friends experience it?
Well, this is kind of a two-part answer for me.
Okay.
So when I was dating, when I was single, yes, I felt like women did use sex as a weapon in terms of like withholding sex. You have to obviously, you have to court a woman. You have to make sure that you're serious about her. Before she gives it up. For lack of a better word, right? So in that respect, I kind of felt I understood that like there's a certain level of okay, showing that you're serious. But if it's like if you're if you're like if you go on like 10 and 10 or more 10 plus days, I really know numbers, but there's a number. If you go on like a bunch of dates and she's still not really wanting to get intimate, then it's almost feel like she's holding like you know it as hostage.
So, Louis, even though Julio took up like 10 minutes to answer that question, to you now, what is the one thing you need from a woman to make you feel like I'm the man?
Mm. Um, to be honest with you, just leave me alone. As long as you're not, like yibbity yabby and complaining about something, I know I'm doing the right thing, and just that's it. I'll get home and whatever needs to be done, I'll get it done. I'm not a lazy man. So I have the energy to, after a day of work, if you wanna, let's say, get your TV mounted and you bought a new fireplace, shit, I do that for fun. I don't mind getting that done and doing things like that. But just when it's time to leave me alone, just leave me alone.
So basically, you just need your space and space.
That's
So,
it.
Mr. Gary, that same question. What is the number one thing you need from your wife, in your case, to make you feel more like a man?
Well, I'm going to give you two answers. Number one, my father used to tell me when I used to say, "Hey, Dad, what do you want for Father's Day?" He would say, "I just want to be left alone." And so I'm agreeing with what Lou said on that level. Um, but what I want, and it's a song written by a woman for very obvious reasons. RESPECT. Find out what it means to me.
Mm.
RESPECT. And that's one of the things that I think is the reason that we've been able to stay married, is that we have mutual RESPECT. I mean,
Because it
give the
has been said
space.
that that women need love and men want respect, and with those two things are in a relationship, it'll definitely work
I need
well.
love. I need love, man.
Yeah, I love it. Like, don't get that twisted.
Yeah,
That's not,
yeah, and I can promise you that my wife needs RESPECT too. I promise.
So Mr. Gary, so you've been married for 42
Yeah,
years, right?
stop
When
it.
you
I
see the
know, I know, I know.
well, you're the more seasoned one. You you
the
have
vet.
all the stories. You're the most experienced one here. For the younger men and for women that's coming up now, do you believe women should play hard to get?
In theory, no, because then you'll never find anybody. There's no. I mean, it's really what I said before. People, men and women, are really on the same page. They just got to admit it. And if you play hard to get, I got to tell you, I'd be gone. I'm not gonna spend my time. I ain't got the time for that. You know, because then you're not really interested. And if there's a mutual relationship, then then you can get together. but playing anything is just, it's like out of Seinfeld. It's not out of reality. It's like what they're doing on TV. But if you're really interested in somebody, play real. Say, hey, maybe I'm not ready to be intimate yet, but I really like you. So let's get to know each other better. That seems like a
You
nice
see, well,
collaborative way.
Julio normally takes you out on 10 dates, then smash and then move on after if you play hard to get. But to each his own. So right back to
Yes, of
you,
course.
Julio. Do do you think men mind if their woman don't work, or would you rather your woman work?
Well, in this day and age, and especially as a New Yorker, I prefer that my woman works. Actually, she doesn't have to. I mean, and she could do something that she likes. She doesn't have to do like she doesn't have to be like like CEO or anything like that. But I do prefer that she has a little something to contribute. I would appreciate that. But like in our marriage, I take care of the mortgage. Take care of the major bills. But and she take care of the incidentals sometimes. So
Yeah,
I,
me and Julio would never date. So next question to
You're out.
Louis.
You're out.
Ma'am.
How how do men feel about women that buy them a gift while they're dating? Is that like a total no-no? Oh, that's fine.
That's dope. That's cool.
Oh, all right. So
A really
you,
expensive one too.
Why not? If I'm behaving and I'm doing everything right, I
something
mean,
tells me something tells me Louis don't behave that often. With that, Julio, you know what? This is for everyone. Everyone. Do
Uh-oh.
men like to cuddle after sex? Yes or no?
depending on the partner.
Okay, well, we know you have more than 3 kids, so that could be any one of the baby mamas, Lou.
Hold on, cuz right, I do enjoy, you know, being out there, but when I feel comfortable with somebody, and I'm there, I'm like disgustingly faithful when I'm like in love. It's just
You're just not in love today.
yeah.
Well, it depends how nice you are today, Patrice. We'll find out.
But
So,
yeah,
so
the question is all depends on the partner. If I just met a girl in the club, I'm not gonna cuddle with this girl. If it's just a one night stand, you're gonna get all the one night stand listings. Now, if it,
oh, okay.
you know,
Okay, Julio and Gary, don't you miss these days that Lou has Lou just excited. He just having he one night stand. He like, I don't gotta cuddle because you're one night. I love you, Lou. Like that's just keeping it 100%
yeah,
real. You right now, Gary is quaking in his boots, and Julia is like, no, I don't know anything about that. I have never done that, but my wife might see this episode. So, Julio, how do you think men feel about cuddling after sex?
I mean, I can't speak for all men, obviously, but I'm not a big cuddler. I don't. I, I
Get off
prefer.
me.
and
All right,
Honestly,
that's done. You're out. Get out.
no, I mean that's yeah, just short and simple. I'm not big on cuddling. Honestly,
Gary?
sometimes my arm falls asleep. I'm not feeling that. I have wide shoulders, so
Now that's honesty. Gary, are you a cuddler after
I
42
don't
years?
like the word cuddle, but
Okay.
if you wonder if after we have relations, sometimes we like to hang around.
Relation.
But I think it's important to show some affection so that that look, sex is sex, but that it's more, that there is some affection between us. Yeah, I think that's important to do. Um, without going into
Gary, you've
detail.
been lying. You've been lying since you've been on the show.
Well,
People,
I got
most
an image
likely
to
Gary is
project.
sleeping downstairs and wife is sleeping upstairs, but I didn't say
Well,
anything.
it's an apartment, so we're all on the same floor.
Oh, Louis, this is for you. Do men like to be told what to do in bed?
um, that's interesting. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's just, you know, eh, it's hard to answer this and not be cocky, but it point where it's like
Peacocky.
it's a challenge for me for you not to have to ask for shit. Like I got it. Yeah, you could give me the blueprint, but I got this. All right. So you could, yeah, hey, pull the hair, give me the list of instructions. Okay, girl, I got it.
Pull my.
And then I got it from there. And
See, Gary don't pull here.
You don't know,
that's how to show
and
you,
I'm
man.
not going to tell you.
But yeah, I don't mind it now. Now the aggressiveness, I have been with women that are just like yeah, you're gonna do what I say. Is like chill, Major Pain. Like we're not gonna do this. Like it's not that serious. Like we just you could give me the instructions, but chill.
So what do you think, Julio? Do you think men like to be told what to do in bed, or that you all like to act like I know everything and I don't need no instructions?
I mean, I actually prefer a sensual, partner. So being told what to do verbally isn't really my thing. It kind of takes away from the moment. I
But
think,
Julio, I want you to touch my knee like that.
you could kind of move
Huh?
my hand there, but like, I'm
Eh,
not. But to verbalize it, it's kind of like, I don't like that.
Okay. So you don't mind a little instruction, but it's how maybe the instructions are given.
Correct.
Okay. Would you agree to that, Mr. Gary?
I think that if we know each other a long time and you communicate pretty well about what each person needs and you know what the other person likes, and if you have love and affection for that person, you want to make them feel good. How's
Always
that?
a,
Is that a good answer?
I have a
always a, go
question
ahead.
for
She's going to call me a liar
Yes.
again.
That's the politically correct answer.
So, Gary, this question is for you.
Uh-oh.
How would a woman know that she is that special lady in your life, or and how should a man make a woman feel to let them know they're the special one?
mm,
You
Because Lou
have
have
to.
like a few, so I don't know
Well,
how
I can't.
you
I
could
can't speak to
differentiate.
that. You need to know what is important to that woman, and you need to serve that. And sometimes, if it is within, hopefully that you get along so well that it's the kind of thing you like. But if not, then you say, I know she really likes to eat that for lunch. Today, I'm going to bring it home for lunch. Or, she had a really hard day at work, even if it's a cheap flower, and I stop at the grocery instead of going to the big flower store, and I say, you know what, you really did a hard thing today. Here's a couple of flowers or something else that she likes. And you do something like that that gets you out of yourself and share, then that's a nice thing. Right. And
See,
and
and
then
that
she'll,
is why Mr. Gary is still married.
yes.
You see, he the man. Now you see, he like, oh yeah, I got it.
Well, but you do that, and let's put it this way: it comes the other way too. She knows I like baseball. She doesn't like baseball. She goes to the ball game with me. We have a great time. Then that makes me feel good. That's how you work. You're
So,
working
Julio,
together.
what's your wife? Does your wife like flowers?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she
What?
What's her
What?
what's what's her favorite flowers and her favorite meal?
her favorite
Mm.
flower is orchids. Her favorite meal, man, what's her favorite?
oh shit.
I have no idea. I mean, she
Good.
eats everything. I don't
Oh.
I
I can't
just
call her
want to
right now.
I just want to make
Pokey.
sure
How about Pokey? Pokey. She likes Pokey right now.
I don't
She
know
likes
what that
Pokey.
means, but okay.
Poke
it's
bowl.
spooky.
Oh, the
The
Pokeball. Oh,
Japanese the
yes.
Japanese
Right.
dish.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Okay, I just want to make sure and once she watch it, she knows that her man knows her. So Julio, what are some main things men are looking for in a wife? Since you've been married since only 2018.
I mean, I think it's different for everyone. Personally, I'm a person who was always looking for to have kids. So I was always looking for a woman who shows some nurturing qualities. Um, and like I said before, someone who kind of knows what they want. Um, so, and obviously, I think for everybody, the basics, she got to be physically appealing. She has to, be able to present herself well, and all of those things. But mainly, someone who's looking for look for kids from making starting a family. So nurturing qualities was a huge thing for me.
So Lou, Since you don't have a significant other, what it is that you're looking for in one of your mistresses?
I'm just a piece of shit, so it's hard to be in a relationship. So what am I looking for at this point in my life? Uh, I I just want, like I said earlier, I just want peace. I want to be left alone. I'm a workaholic. Um, and I need for that to not be a problem. I don't need an intervention from my household, like you're working too much. And I don't know. It's as simple as just leave me the fuck alone. Let me work.
Uh-huh.
Let me get home. After I do that, I'm gonna come to you. I'm like a
So,
pup.
ladies, if you see this man on the street, please leave him alone. He need another 5 to 10 years to decide if he wants
Yes.
to settle down. Okay. So I have a question, Mr. Gary. How do men feel about open relationships? Or how
Uh,
do you feel about open relationships? Your wife is listening, so be careful.
we don't go there.
You're
I mean,
stuttering. You're
I can
stuttering.
do
What?
if you're
Uh,
asking
uh,
me
uh, uh,
about men, I can't speak for any other men,
so
but I
you.
just know it's not really entered into our relationship or our realm of concepts.
Oh, you see
It
how
just hasn't come up.
the realm of concepts.
Well,
Okay.
it just I don't know how else do you want me to say it? It just hasn't come. It's not what we do. I mean, and it's not going to make people happy around here. So
It's not gonna make you happy. It's not gonna make the wife happy. What you want?
yeah, we just neither. We don't go there.
Okay, you were stuttering through that answer. That's why I wasn't sure. That's why I wanted to
No,
clarify.
I think I was
Thank you.
pretty good on
Okay, yeah. I will play this for you. So, Julia, how do you feel about open relationship? Even before you were married, how did that ever come up, or did you ever think about it?
Nah, I mean, like if you're,
Ah,
because the thing is, you your initial thought as a guy is, oh, and girl, two girls and a guy, but also could be two guys and a girl as well. And I'm not,
and then your life will be full of regret. You really don't want to
absolutely,
go
absolutely, and
lose
loyalty
track of
is,
that.
it's true, it's true. I mean, loyalty is big for me. And I also reciprocity. So I, yeah. So if you know if I ask for another woman, and I would also should be open to for her to ask for another guy, and I'm not down with that. So
so my last question to each of you: what is one thing personally you believe all women should know about you, or men in for you, for men in general? Again, you're not necessarily talking for all men, but maybe the men that you know and the guys that you hang out with. What is one thing you believe all women should know about men? Lou, go first.
I would say they man, point blank. Every man is different. You could say you know men, but I could say I know women, but you like something different, and then I take everything I learned from you and apply it to the next girl, and she's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, I don't even, I don't even like grit. The same thing with you just learn your man, point
So
blank.
everybody is different, and try to understand and learn that particular person you with. So, Mr.
Exactly.
Gary, same question. What is one thing? Yes, what is one thing you personally think all women should know?
How to communicate, how to talk to somebody, how to communicate what you're thinking, how you communicate what you're feeling. What I mean, we raised both our kids. What are your philosophies on child rearing? What do children need? And if you are on the same page of those things, you can be married for as long as I have been married. But
So,
really, to me, it's always about communication in any two people. I mean, it could be two men, could be two women. I mean, whoever wants to get together. And if you communicate well on the same subjects and you understand the same realities, you can have a successful relationship.
lovely. Thank you, Mr. Gary. So, Julio, same question. One thing.
I'd say to value yourself, but not to the point where your ego's in the way. I think that's huge, because oftentimes I've noticed with women, like, I've seen it time and time again when, like, when their early 20s, they're first they're discovering their value, then it comes to a point with their ego is rising and rising and rising, and to the point where it continues to rise, even though, they may not take care of themselves and blah blah, and their value may plummet, but their ego is still through the roof. So I think you got to ensure that your ego is commensurate with your values,
with your reality. Yeah, that's
your
pretty good.
reality, I
I
guess.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Very all great answers, and I just like the fact that it's coming from all different perspectives. So with that says, anybody into any recent projects that you all might want to take 2 seconds to shout out? Maybe if you want someone to reach out to you for any reason, if you have any upcoming things that's going on that you need someone to check out. Julio, do you have anything, sir?
Sure. I have on social media, Instagram, and you could check me out at All Figured Out. Figured spelled Figurt. All Figured Out on Instagram. Me and my co-partner, Dr. Tor, we try to provide some mentorship to young men. And yeah, that's pretty much, so check us out. That's pretty much my project.
Okay, Lou?
Right now,
Yeah, where you want the ladies to holler at you, go ahead.
oh no, I don't want nobody hollering at me. Leave me alone. If there's one thing I took from this interview from me, leave me
Leave
alone.
Lou alone.
Um, well, what I have going? Well, my handyman business. Anybody needs a handyman, I service all areas in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island. Uh, TV mountings, electrical, plumbing. I have a handyman company, covers every in-home interior.
What's the name of the company?
Handyman Lou LLC. You can also find me on Instagram, Handyman Lou, Handyman LOU LLC.
Okay, don't worry, guys. I'm gonna definitely put it at the bottom. And Mr. Gary, the superstar of the group.
Well, not necessarily, but I do host two TV programs, two weekly programs on BronxNet. One is called Bronx Talk, which is actually, I got it on my cup. And then the other one is called the Bronx Buzz on the other side. And, we this week I did a show on mental health. Next week we're doing a political forum. And you can always get to me at gary@bronxnet.org.
From the Bronx, from Brooklyn, some people from Long Island. I don't even know if that counts. But I hope you definitely enjoyed everything. You learned something. You women, stop with that ego thing. Just leave Lou alone and just learn to
Right.
communicate. Okay. With
That's it.
that said, you all know where to definitely check me out. It's very easy. Check out my website, www.miss, that's Mss Francois, and I'm on all social media. So until season 5, this is the end of season 4. So everyone say bye and see you next season. Bye, Lou. Bye,
Bye.
See ya.
Julio. Bye, Mr. Gary. And
The
thank you, guys.